Good afternoon, YouTube. It's been a minute since I posted anything. I'm on TikTok, so I got 700 followers. I like to get my YouTube channel up to at least 1,000 followers and go live. That's some cool stuff I could talk about. But I just want to you guys give you guys a little information. My channel is about information about what's going on currently in this world. As you all know, I am a cryptocurrency enthusiast. Um, very heavy invested in XRP. Again, this financial literacy is very important, and this is something that they don't teach us about. Um, XRP is going through a major lawsuit right now. We on the back end of this thing, so the judge can make a determination here. We don't know in any day here. Um, they're looking pretty good from the information I gather. Ripple, the only company that do quarterly reports, uh, and they looking pretty strong. Nothing has like been alarming about them not still producing any business. But I'm gonna touch on some financial stuff, and I recently been doing my ancestry .com DNA ancestry search. I haven't did a DNA yet. I will eventually, but right now I'm gathering all the paperwork. Well, I want you guys to think about something, and I want you guys to understand something. When I was delving into this ancestry stuff, it's disheartening because you see the damage that was done over the period of time since we'll go from the 1790s all the way up to this point. But as I delve into some of this information, you go find your ancestors and find out that they were slaves. Not only that, you see the plantation people, the owners, L.L. Miller in Alabama. You got Joseph Middlebrooks. You got the Baines. These people that own slaves, and the history that I found is, I'm here in Texas, right? It'll be my grandfather, my dad and my grandfather, my great grandfather, and great great grandfather. 4 generations of natives here in Texas that were born here. Okay, specifically people of color, I say royalty, because we are the people, the indigenous people of the world. And some of you guys might be opinionated about that. I don't care. According to the history and the books, we are, according to documents I have, we are. And another thing that we all need to do is go do your ancestry. From any, if you indigenous people, if you're in New York or you're in Chicago, you're from the Southeast. The biggest lie that was told to us was the Trail of Tears. The only thing that was missing out of the Trail of Tears is people that look like me and you. Me and you. Now, they hid this information. They didn't want this information out, but go look this stuff up. I looked on the census. I went all the way back to the early 1600s, 1500s. And my ancestors, which would be my fourth and fifth great grandmothers, did not come off a boat in Africa. Now, what I did find was them on the Dawes Rolls, right? In 1840s or 50s on the Indian Dawes Rolls, and then again in 1900. Well, there's two parts to that. We were native, Cherokee, Choctaw, Creek, many different tribes of indigenous people here in America in the early 1800s. Facts. This is not nothing that people made up, or it's not real. Those are facts. Now I want you guys to understand something. Now, I looked on the Indian Rose, Cherokee, Choctaw, Eastern Band Cherokee, which one of my grandmothers, her name was Rachel Davis. She was 8 years old at the time on the Dawes Rolls. And as they made the treaties and everything else, they struck them off the list. But according to the pictures I got and the material that I got, and we still get more information on it, they were the indigenous people. There's no records of them getting off any boats. So that was the lie. That America, and I'm here in the state of Texas, and it's really disheartening because the psyche that they played on our people over the years, the last 100 years or 200 years, it was a disgrace. I'm very, very, very frustrated, and my channel is more about information, if anything, the knowledge of knowing what's going on. And I've been working on my stuff for 5 months. I found my fourth great grandmother, Channy Pope Polk, in a will of a slave master named Abraham Hill, which fought in the Indian War. He had 5 babies by her, and one of them was my sixth great grandmother. They had it was Channing Polk Pope. She had Abram Hill, who has Caroline Matthews, which is my third great grandmother, and I got pictures of her. This is disheartening. At the time, this is when those people came over here in the 1600s, 1700s, and he was part of the Indian War. He took her as a slave and had babies by her. Now, I found more documents where our ancestors' names has missing letters, and we have to go back and look that up. For Stewart, for one of them, Stwart, they spell it down here Stward. Same people. We had to go get these records, and for sure, birth dates and death certificates and stuff like that. The names, and she was Scottish. Scotland, the Scottish people came in. It's a lot of stuff that we're not being taught, and my channel will go more towards that. I know I'm heavy into crypto. Financial literacy is very good, but I'll be covering different topics, and I want everybody to understand that I'm here in the state of Texas. The education system here is disheartening, disgrace, and all a lie. Here in the state of Texas, I graduated and I'm 40 years old, and the stuff that I'm finding out is garbage. It was garbage. My son in AP courses right now, and they not teaching the right shit. I'm just be honest with you. So, as history, this critical race theory is very important. Nobody was a servant. Nobody was a fucking servant. My ancestors were slaves here in the state of Texas. They were slaves here in the state of Texas, and we're gonna get recognized for that. We're gonna get recognized. So the good Lord, Yahshua, keep blessing me. But we as individuals, it don't matter if you're black or white, purple or green. Truth is the truth, and it's retribution to be paid behind that. I encourage everybody to do their ancestry. Do it. Do not wait on it. There's a lot of good information and some disheartening information, because they sold us. Our ancestors were bred like animals. Babies here, babies here, babies here. But the knowledge of knowing where you come from is very important, and that determines who you will become later on in the future. With that being said, I will be discussing those things, have topics every day. You'll get some financial literacy. You'll get some knowledge about self-knowledge and understanding. I received some good information from my ancestors, and it's very important. The lie that they told us, we did not come off a boat. With that being said, Y'all have a good day, and I will be dropping videos discussing these type of topics. And welcome to comments, and let's have this discussion. Y'all have a good day.